Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for March 20th, 2022. And this has been a light week of news for Transformers, but still stuff going on with Masterpiece, Legends, Mainline, of course. We got a Target Haulathon, which is going on for Neca, and it really is mostly the Tmnt is pretty much what I'm going to talk about, but they've got a lot of stuff coming out on the 21st. We actually see some ramen toy updates, and man, it looks great. Fantastic. Pricey. I'm going to talk about that. Lots of Master of the Universe stuff going on. I made a video about it, but we're going to touch on it real briefly today. And upcoming Walmart Collector Con, where you might be able to get some pre-orders in for some of the stuff that's coming up, such as the retro Gijoe. And more stuff coming up. Alright, so starting out with what's new at Show Z right now, what's going on, they have two more versions of Jansen, the X-Transformers version of Perceptor, and this is the MX-27T for a toy on the left, and B for a black repaint on the right. Here's the thing about this, they both have clear chests and another head sculpt, so it's interesting and sad at the same time. I wanted a clear chest on my Jansen, did not get it. Now, the toy version, but I'm super satisfied with the colors of the thighs and the arms on mine. I do not like that lighter teal, so it's a give and a take. But if you really look close, the color looks almost exactly like Fans Toys. Maybe it's a slap in the face, Fans Toys. Speaking of Fans Toys, this week, oh my gosh, they clearanced out at Show Z. I don't know why, but their Fans Toys Perceptor went to $160. That is phenomenal. That's an amazing price. $30 more than what X-Transbots did, and they're gone. They're sold out. I missed that boat. I also missed the pre-orders on the Blaster and the cassettes and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, Blaster sold by himself, and the cassettes are sold as a set of 4. There's also pre-orders up for a Megatank MT-02, so this is going to be something else. The MT-01 is already something in the works, shipping, people are getting it, but there's going to be an upgrade kit included with this for the MT-01 Megatank. So whatever this turns out to be at the end of the day, it's pretty cool. And we're getting an arrival notice of this incoming version of Skywarp. This is the Eagle EG-01 in Skywarp MP52 Plus improved version with a light-up head sculpt, and it is only $85, which is a really good price. It's KO. I don't know anything about this version, and I've decided to stick with the version that includes an original box that looks like the Takara box. I'm a box guy, so I'm going to stick with those. I am not jumping on this bandwagon, but I don't see anything wrong with it yet. I'm sure this is going to be a great item, but I'm going with the other option that's not in yet. So Trumpeter is coming out with some model kits for a movie Bumblebee version RC. They call it a smart kit. Everything's pre-painted, ready to go. It's supposed to be easy to put together. Still going to be 2 hours worth of work. I'm not in on that, but I like the idea. I don't think they transform, but there's no glue needed, and it's pretty cool. Something if you're into these kits to be all over it. I kind of passed on the last kit I ordered. I passed. I let it go. I let it go. Anyway, here's the Soundwave with a Ravage, and so if you're in on these Bumblebee designs and you want a kit and you want it to look, this is going to look very premium. It's painted, it is made and designed to be premium. Articulation, all that kind of stuff. Here's it with a Ravage and all that kind of stuff, so I think it works. It's great, and if I had 2 hours per figure to put together, I might jump on it, but I decided against it. You're going to see why here in a bit. But I don't have any price or availability just yet. So we've got packaging shots of the MP53 Plus Senator Crosscut, and it looks pretty good. I thought this thing was already out. First off, I pre-ordered it somewhere, so I don't have a pre-order notice yet. And B, I thought it was already out, so I'm like, where's mine? So Anyway, it looks pretty cool. I had to get one of these molds somewhere, so this is the one I think I picked. But anyway, here's the back of it, and I think it looks pretty good. And a good price point, 90 bucks for this figure is great. I hope the next Carbot that Takara puts out is still only $90. Alright, so we got a Diamond Select statue coming out for Galvatron. It looks great. The blue is a little too less purple, and I like more purple than blue. This is too blue. It's kind of sad. Okay, so getting into all that, it's 300 bucks, limited to 1,000 pieces worldwide, and it's going to be hand painted and all that kind of stuff. 16 inches tall or 40 centimeters, and then there's going to be these little miniature statue things, and they look okay. So these other ones, it's a 4-pack of mini mates, and it's 30 bucks for a 4-pack. All of them designed. I believe it's 30 bucks for the 4-pack. That's the way it's written. It's the way I see it. So for that, you could see why they're so cheap. But some people love this super ultra deformed look. I'm not really in that camp. So X-Transbox is doing a few more things this week. Now, this is their premium paint version of their, is it Elagos? And that is their Cyclonus. Here's the thing. The figure that I have looks almost exactly like this, but it's just plastic. Now, this is supposed to have paint all over this thing and be very well painted, and I can't tell the difference. What I really want to see is pictures side by side to the original. The original I thought looked okay, but it did feel cheap in hand because the paint was not really paint. It was just plastic. So this is supposed to be premium paint and look really amazing, and I think it will. Actually, I think it will. So in hand, side by side, there's going to be a difference, but you can't see it in these pictures. Here is, well, I don't know. You got 8 heads, 8 faces, whatever. Crazy amount of face sculpts, but some of these look really crazy. Make him look almost crazy as Galvatron. We know Cyclonus is a little bit more level-headed. So I told you why I passed on model kits. I'm going to tell you it's bingo. Bingo toy. This Windblade, it looks great, and there are some aspects of the Flame Toys model kit that do look better. There's some smoother aspects to that, but this is put together already, and it does something that Flames Toys cannot do. You know, some things that Flames Toys can't do is maybe look this good. No, the Flames Toys looks good, and so does this, and there's a close-up picture of it, and you could see that it looks like translucent stuff on the head, translucent stuff on the wings. There's a lot going on with this figure, and it's one of those designs that just has a tremendous amount of stuff going on, but it transforms, and you don't have to put it together. 2 hours of my day saved, and I think it's a better product, but I don't know the price. Deformation Space is all the talk of the town right now. Deformation or Fans Toys. Deformation today, Fans Toys, I don't know, next year when I get my next colonoscopy, before I get Fans Toys. So here we go with Recording Alliance box. It looks pretty good. And here we are with an in-hand picture shot. And I gotta say, here it is. It looks way better with in-hand picture shots than I thought it would look. And here goes in-hand of the ram horn. It's still not great. I still have all the hang-ups, but I don't hate it as much as the renders. So I think it's not too bad. It's not great, but it's not as bad as I thought. Here we go with a demonstration of some articulation, spinning Jean kick, or, you know, if you could really do a crane kick here. But I think it does look pretty good. I'm getting this, and, you know, I'm unbiased. If I like this, or I like Fans Toys in 3 or 4 years, I mean, at the end of the day, I'll like one better. But speaking of Fans Toys, there's been a Digibash by somebody called Blingotron. So anyway, Blingotron, this is the Fans Toys version of Astro Train. And the thing about Thomas getting repainted in a Digibash, would you want Thomas in this color scheme? So I got to thinking about it, and this actually makes a lot of sense that they could put Thomas out in this color scheme again. So why wouldn't they? It makes sense. It looks good. What do you think? So New Age is talking about their XM-2 duel, and this figure here is a masterpiece scale version of Megatron. We got some more pictures of this, and I don't know. I don't really know if New Age could do what Magic Square did and make a masterpiece figure, or could New Age do it better? So there's two questions at the same time. Can they even do it? And if they do, would it be better than what Magic Square already did? And where is Magic Square's Megatron? But anyway, there is the alt mode to this, and I'm not in on this at all, but I think it's very impressive looking in these renders, and I still want to see it in real world, in hand images, and all that kind of stuff. Love to see a review on this thing, but I don't know. I'm curious how well New Age will do on this XM-2 duel. Gijoe Toys has some stuff going on with their Super Micro third party, yet it's not Legends. It's too small. Cassette, Starscream, and it's very interesting concept. You can dial out your whole G1 shelf with Gijoe Toys if they sell them. Here's the tape cassette mode, and I believe this matches the same cassettes as we've been seeing with G1 and Takara, KFC, and I do believe that the Fans Toys are pretty dang close. So all this is about the same scale. Then we get a jet mode, and the fact that it's a triple changer now, that's a lot of engineering and technology that goes into this and to make it happen. And it's cool that they're even thinking it up and doing it. So I don't know why they are obsessed with cassettes, but I understand, because I was really obsessed with cassettes. I'm just a stupid cassette obsession for about 3 years, and I don't know. I think I got 100 of them bad boys. They're also making a Raiden, and so that's pretty cool. So what they said, let me check here. This is the Getsui. So they advertised the Getsui, but I think they got the rest of it coming along the way here, like Shuki and Levy and what the rest of the names are. So here we go. They look amazing as trains. If that's really what they look like as trains, that's outstanding. Now the bot modes obviously suffer a bit, but the trains look amazing. So that's pretty awesome. I wonder what it looks like when it is fully. This is what it looks like when it's fully combined, right here. So this is, no, sorry, this is actually Moon Studio. Moon Studio is absolutely killing it. It looks so good. And yeah, I wish I would have stayed in on it, but then again, my bank account does not wish I stayed in on it. $600 is a good price for what you're getting on this, but I'm stretched too thin these days. I think a lot of people might be. So looking at it though, it's fantastic. If you really love the train bots, then I think you are definitely going to be very, very pleased with all the releases from Moon Studio. And let's a different angle here. We get to see kind of the shoulder articulation. Here's the thing. That shoulder joint is going to give you a butterfly. It's going to give you a lot of range. And it looks like it's pretty strong in there. A lot of these combiners do not hold together very well. I'm pleased with Zeta and how they did their Superion. I have no qualms about Zeta's combined mode Superion. Feel the same way about this. So the biggest thing in Legends news this past week is that the Magic Square Hound is shipping. And I paid for mine almost entirely with my reward points from buying the Blitzwave Ultron. Yeah, that's a lot of money coming back to me. And I was like, what, this? Then right behind that, this shows up. I'm like, it's almost free. Because so many reward points from a $630 purchase. Well, $700 purchase, but 70 down. So anyway, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to be reviewing it probably in about a week, because it's been getting here in a week lately. Yeah, kind of a week in Transformer news. But here we go with numbers, product numbers of Legacy Override and Road Hauler, and more. So here we go with the Transformer Legacy Velocitron Voyager Override. And the number, to me, is kind of irrelevant. It just shows there's something working in the system. And then there's the Road Hauler. And then there's something about the third one, which is called the Beast Assortment. Now, Beast Assortment is going to have Sandstorm, Buzzsaw, and Night Prowler. So some people are really in on the Beast Wars, but I've got to tell you something when it comes to these reveals and what people are finding in the stores and all that kind of stuff. I don't see a very high demand for Beast Wars. And I always thought Beast Wars is massively popular and rivals G1, but the sales in the toy aisles do not match that. Alright, so gas prices dropped in my area about 50 cents over the past week, which is crazy and good, but it's still $2 more than it was a year ago before the war against oil and against gas prices started. So I gotta say that I went on a road trip, and I'm only going to be doing one every 2 or 3 months. There's not much to report out there. But I have to say, I keep seeing Beast Wars on clearance. I finally bit and bought a couple because they're getting cheaper. I kind of like Gijoe. But here's the weird part. I thought Beast Wars collectors loved this stuff, and I guess I'm wrong. Maybe Beast Wars collectors like the modern reimagination, the better engineering, than wanting to go backwards and get the old stuff. So who really knows? Transformer Retro going forward. So what else is showing up out there? Other people's pictures, because I did not have a very successful trip. It was okay, but not great. So we've got this Buzzworthy Bumblebee Autobot Silver. Looks pretty cool, looks pretty good. $23 at Target if you find it. And then we've got this showing up here. So we're getting Legacy with a Skids. Is that a Skids? Yep. And then we've got the Kickback, and we've got, so I forgot, Drag Strip. So looking at all of this, stuff's showing up out there that's pretty cool. We're also seeing, yeah, another one of these Silver Streaks. Yes, it's a light week of Transformer news. What's Chef cooking up over there? Well, Chef is cooking up some core class figures. But the cool thing about this is we're going to see kind of the Rise of the Beast version of the Optimus Primal. And that's what he's going to look like. Kind of what I expected him to look like. Doesn't look too odd. And then we get to see Tigatron, who is technically a triple changer here because he turns into some sort of gun, bow and arrow kind of thing. So, and then we get a standard classic looking Optimus Prime. Here they go in their alt modes, and I think it looks fine. It looks fine. All these modes, all this, it looks fine. I don't know. Where's Tigatron's spot mode? I didn't see that. But Optimus looks like an oil tanker, and so there it is. Maybe a couple of spoilers for the movie. Last Transformer thing I want to talk about is this here with the MMC. I don't know who took this picture, but it's kind of cool. And now I kind of wish I would have gotten in on this. I don't know where I would have gotten it, but this was one of the TFCon LA exclusives with transparent versions of Rumble and Frenzy. Wait, Frenzy and Rumble, and they look great. So I don't know. I thought it was a silly idea, but now seeing them this close up, real world, I kind of like it. By the way, if you buy anything at Show Z over the next week, going on right now, you can get $3 off of 100 using SH3WZ, 6 off of 200. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I just placed an order through TF Source. They charged me tax I didn't expect, because they usually don't, and wow, I really appreciate Show Z. Low price, they don't tax me, and yeah, low price. Fast shipping. Okay, Ramen Toys got some really cool stuff. This is awesome. This metallic finish Monstar looks great. Give me the might and the power of the Moonstar. And it's got a ton of hands, some flame effects, a gun, stuff you didn't get with the vintage toy. And of course, Super 7 is going to do one, but it's not going to look this metallic, deep, beautiful paint job. This is, in my opinion, what Fans Toys does with paint. We're getting the Fans Toys figure here. It is 120 bucks. Now, it's 9 inches tall. It feels like a Masterpiece Transformer. But dang, I think there's going to be some sort of maybe 80 bucks for the early bird. I don't know yet. But I'm going to be in on the early bird, whatever the early bird price is. And I've been ordering 2 of each of these. I hope I can still do that. The price is low enough. It looks amazing. And I don't know. When I get it in hand, because it's going to come out like a year before the Super 7 one. So I'm probably just going to cancel Super 7 once I get this, because this looks that great. We got pictures of the cartoon version of the 80s Commanders and the Centurions. And I think they look great. The new head sculpts make them look better. The new helmets make them look better. And the new color scheme is exactly what I wanted from day one. Now, I'm not going to lie. I wanted this from day one. I was vocal about it. I let them know. I still supported and bought what they made, and I still love what they made. It's on my shelf right now, but I look forward to these. Here it is in package, and the way they package it, you could actually display it. I don't know if it's going to have an open window or what, but the other ones did, so I imagine you'll be able to see these with their power on.
Becoming man and machine, power extreme.
So this looks good. I like the way they did this with the whole arms in the air and all that kind of stuff, and then the stuff behind it. And then here we go with the other parts. I gotta go look at mine. I don't know. Did we get a saluting hand before? Because I'm not sure. Did we get an extra hand? But there's everything that comes in the box, and it looks pretty cool. And the way they package it, it's packaged as a 3-pack. You can't buy them separately like you did in the first run. Okay, so next up, Walmart is holding a collector con for March 24th. This 24th and 25th. And when they hold this collector con, you should be able to pre-order these things here. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm really not too concerned about Baroness or Destro. I really want this version of Marine or Gung Ho. The thing about this is that it's the right colors, the right color scheme. It looks great. But there's also other toy lines and other things going on, such as Star Wars, Marvel, Hot Wheels, Batman, Nintendo, Lego, Pokemon, Barbie, and more. But I really care the most about this particular event. I care more about Gijoe than even Star Wars. The modern Star Wars is downward spiraling, but this is exciting. I want the Gung Ho. Starting on the 21st, you're supposed to be getting this Holothon from Neca at Target. You're going to be getting a lot of this cool stuff, so let me do a quick roundup for you. There's this figure here. It's from Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is that the comic stuff? Fugitoid? I don't know what it is. I got a hookup at one of my Targets. Lucked out. I got this guy. I got a lot of this stuff early. And then I got this one here. The glow-in-the-dark Mutagen Man. I got the Mutagen Man, but now it's glow-in-the-dark. I had to get it. And it doesn't glow very well. I've got a lot of stuff that glows way better than this, but still cool, I got it. Then I did not see this Toka and Razor anywhere. I couldn't find it, so hopefully this is like round 2 or something. I can catch it down the road. Then we got the Rat King and Vernon. So here's the weird part. I pre-ordered it, the Rat King and Vernon from NECA, and then I got it. The box was beat up, and then I got the C1 at a store in perfect condition, so I had to buy it. And so now, like, I got an extra Rat King and Vernon. My son is probably going to get that. Looking at this Foot Soldier, I have no interest in this myself, but you got to keep the Foot Soldiers out there so that people that missed it in the past can get it now, build their army, and all the weapons and accessories are awesome. Just, I don't need a lot of Foot Soldiers. I got my 2-pack. That's plenty for me. Now this $150 4-pack, the prices are going up. The rent is too dang high, and the prices are going up on these turtles. So $150 for these 4-pack. This was literally $106 just 2 years ago. Now it is $150. So that's a huge price increase from Neca, but it looks amazing. This is my favorite color scheme of turtles, so I could see people paying $150, no problem, at retail. I can see people getting mad paying $150 on secondary market, though. So on the 5 days of Christmas, Mattel gave to us some He-Man reveals. We still don't know if they're just trying to put a bunch of stuff out at the last bit of 2022 or 2023 is going to be huge. But there's a lot of leaks, but leaks that are not confirmed by Mattel. Leaks by some other YouTube channels. So I'm not going to talk about those. I love talking about rumors, but I don't know where these leaks come from. So this He-Man looks good. It is on par with classics, not quite to Filmation, Super 7, and all that kind of stuff, but still really good. I love it. I'm definitely on board with at least 2 of this one. No price, no availability. I don't know if you can just get it everywhere, or you got to go to their site and be there for the 28 seconds to order it. So I don't know if that's going to happen like Scareglow. Here we go with a bunch of Masterverse stuff. Now, I predicted some of this stuff, but I did not predict Jitsu. I did not predict the old Hordak or a CGI version of Skeletor, but Beastman was one, and more of She-Ra stuff. I predicted that. Here we go with some Origins, and if you want to know all my thoughts on all this stuff, I mean, you could see what's in front of you. Go watch my video from Saturday, and you'll see that, and I got all my thoughts in there. Here we go with more of the Masterverse stuff, and again, I talk about all this in my video, but I will say, I absolutely love that She-Ra, and I'm in the market for a She-Ra, and I almost bought one. I had a deal, 2 deals fall through, and so I'm glad they did, actually. I was kind of upset, sad, disappointed, and I was like, well, you know, I had 2 deals. There'll be more deals. Nah, I'm going to buy a few of her. Okay, so we're going to run through some Star Wars stuff here. We got some Bespin security guards, and you've got 2 different versions. I think that this is definitely something we needed. It's time for it. Let's put a pin in the Vintage Collection 96 or 105, depending on how you look at it. Here's the other version, and we need these, so good. I'm happy. You know what? It's not very often I'm happy about something in Star Wars. Oh. Is this the 5th Stormtrooper we got in the Vintage Collection? I can understand people want a troop build, but you need to just put this out in a 4-pack or a 5-pack or a 10-pack. But yeah, okay. Slot for another Stormtrooper. I got to go through my 300 Vintage Collection figures and make some sense of all this, because I don't know. Do I have one? Do I have 8? I don't know. This one confuses me because I thought we got the Imperial Gunner in the Vintage Collection line already, so maybe this is a reissue. But nobody's calling this a reissue, which is really weird. Nobody's saying reissue at all. And then we get into the next reveal, which is an R2-D2, and nobody's calling it a reissue either. So I don't know. Is this going to get a new number? Are both of these getting new numbers, or are they truly reissues? I mean, I looked at 7 different fan channels. Can't figure it out. But then again, when will we get a chrome dome on this? Never. Mattel can chrome 8 of their figures now. They've got VAC metallized chrome on 8 of their figures that cost less than $20. We can't get a chrome dome on this? Alright, so we got this figure. It's called a Republic Commando RC1140 Fixer. I don't know. Is this another invitation to quit collecting? No, this one is, you know, maybe I'm just too old to collect Star Wars. That's it. I'm too old. Because where I come from, you see 300 Stormtroopers standing there looking exactly the same. Not all this mess. But whatever. Some people love this. And I have really stopped the whole collect them all in Black Series, even Vintage Collection. I think I'm done collect them all. Pick and choose 1, 2, or 3 per year. I think that's where I'm going at this point. Since Star Wars is really sucking these days, I'm going to talk about turtles, I guess. So, BBTS seems to have bought up all of Walmart's stock of these turtle blimps that I could not find online ever once, or in a store once, or anywhere other than a couple of Facebook sellers doubling the price. Now we got BBTS asking $75 for this 35 or 40. I don't even know what the price is, because I've never seen it ever in the store or on Walmart.com. But now BBTS has this, and according to what they're asking for their turtle van, they're asking at least double the price. And they bought the whole stock from Walmart, I guess. I don't know. So why can't consumers get this stuff from Walmart? Why does Walmart not care about consumers? I guess they sold it all to BBTS, the biggest scalper on the planet. So, let me know what you think about this week's weekly news and review. What else is going on out there that I missed? Because I kind of missed in my whole Blaster cassette video that we even had the 2.0s coming from the KFC. But I'm still kind of curious what else is going on out there. Like and subscribe. Let me know. Comments down below. Tydirium Hanger out.